Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Standing for a second. First of the year, I'd like to just take a moment of silence to just to recognize and to think about our first responders and our people in the military that passed away over the past year. Okay, thank you. All right. Thanks for coming tonight. Tonight's our organizational meeting. First thing we're going to do is have the swearing in of officers, which includes Counselor Kudaraskis and me. We're waiting for the town clerk to bring the oath of office over. So as soon as she gets here, we will do that. And we have the Honorable Gerald Neary here, Supreme Court Judge. He's going to do the swearing in. We've known each other for a while, so I'm privileged to have him here. So as soon as she gets here, we'll do that. Let's go, Joe. You want to go first or second? Go ahead.
I'll get it out of the way.
Good? You're going to read from it? Yeah. That's why I did that.
Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Dr. Kudaraskis,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the United States Constitution,
that I will uphold the United States Constitution,
Constitution of the State of New York,
Constitution of the State of New York,
the laws of the local ordinances throughout the Onondaga County,
the law of local ordinances throughout the Onondaga County,
town of Lysander,
town of Lysander,
and to faithfully fulfill
and faithfully fulfill
my duty as,
my duty as
state your duty,
town councilor
to the best of my
to
abilities,
the best of my abilities.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Camera moment.
It's camera moment. There we go.
I state your name.
I, Robert A. Wicks,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold
that I will uphold
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the State of New York,
the Constitution and laws of the State of New York,
the ordinances and local laws of the County of Onondaga,
the ordinances and local laws of the County of Onondaga, all right,
the local laws of Lysander,
the local laws of Lysander,
and I will fulfill my duties
and I will fulfill my duties
as
town supervisor
to the best of my abilities,
to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God. That's right.
We're doing that now? What? We're doing that? Oh, yeah. Surprise Joe. Didn't know he was swearing me in.
That always looks easy when someone else does it.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so what we'll move on to is the organizational agenda. There was a list of items in the back if you needed them, and there's, we'll just go through them, we'll make motions, but there's a number of things in here, and it talks about town board appointments, salaries, rates for 2019. You have banking, signatures, general charges, cemetery fees, town attorneys, procurement policy, holiday schedule. So these are all the things that we need to conduct business for throughout the year. So I'll just go through these one at a time. May I get a motion to approve the town board appointments as listed on the attached organizational meeting?
I'll move it. I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Objections? Okay, motion passed. May I get a motion to approve the salary and hourly rates for 2020 as listed and attached in the organizational meeting minutes?
I'll move that.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to approve the official banks for set of department heads for 2020 as listed in the attached organizational meeting minutes?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to approve Supervisor Robert Wicks and Counselor Robert Gerasi as the designated authorized signatures on town checkings and savings account for 2020 as listed in the attached organizational meeting minutes?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to approve Dina Falcone, Town Clerk, as authorized signature on the Town Clerk checking account for 2020?
I'll move that.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to approve Nancy Mott, Receiver of Taxes, as an authorized signer on the Receiver of Taxes checking and saving accounts for 2020?
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I get a motion to approve Timothy Woolsey, Code Enforcement Officer, as an authorized signer of the Code's checking account for 2020?
I'll move it.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to approve the 2020 fees for the town engineer?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to approve the fees for road millings for 2020?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to approve the cemetery fees for 2020 as proposed by Town Clerk Dina Falcone?
I'll move it.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to approve petty cash funds for 2020?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to adopt the 2020 procurement policy?
I'll move it.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to adopt the 2020 town holiday schedule for non-bargaining unit employees?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to designate the Ballsville Messenger and/or the Post Standard for primary official newspaper of the town of Lysander for 2020?
I'll move it.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. All right, may I get a motion to allow the official blanket undertaking to be procured instead of individual undertakings covering the town supervisor, deputy supervisor, town clerk, collector and receiver of taxes, town justices, town superintendent of highways, comptroller, budget officer, town zoning and code enforcement officer, director of parks and recreation, and that such undertaking contain provisions indemnifying against loss as written in the 2020 organizational meeting minutes?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I get a motion to adopt the town fees for service schedule for 2020 as listed in the attached 2020 organizational meeting minutes?
I'll move it.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I get a motion to accept the 2020 trash hauler fees as proposed by Town Clerk Dina Falcone?
I'll move it.
I don't know who
I'll
moved
move
it.
I get a second?
I'll second
All
it.
right. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I get a motion to accept the 2020 park fees as proposed by Parks and Recreation Supervisor Anthony Birkinshaw?
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So there should be packets in the back. If anyone needs additional packets, just let me know. If there wasn't enough, I'll make sure that you get one. Okay. So now, it's time for citizen comments and regarding agenda items and town business only. So what we want to do is keep this to business that we're doing, but I do want to encourage your comments on things. But if we can keep it to business, that would be great. Anybody interested?
Good evening, I'm Lisa Dell. I'm the Onondaga County Clerk, and I'm also a Town of Lysander resident. And as County Clerk, I want to congratulate the new board, the two new board members, Jeff and Supervisor Wicks. And if anything my office can do for you, let me know. I work very well with our wonderful Town Clerk, Dina, and the Codes Office, and they have information, have access to the information in my computer system that's public, too. So whatever you need, let me know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great.
I know it wasn't town business, but kind of.
That is town business. You want to help us, you want to save us some money. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Jim Sturznick, Dinglehole Road. On tonight's agenda regarding new regular agenda items, E, do I presume that the town reserves the right to reject any and all bids?
So I'm not sure I understand what your question is.
You are going to be bidding for legal services, as I understand this.
Yeah, and this has nothing
And
to
you're going to
do.
accept bids.
Yes, and this
And
has,
if you receive bids, do you reserve the right to reject any or all of them?
they're actually, it's not a sealed bid thing when you, according to town law, when we put, when we look for quotes for any type of professional services, we can do any and all of that you just asked. And this is no reflection on Mr. Rivazigno. I just thought that it was prudent, and not just me, but the board thought that it was prudent to at least review the contracts that we had, any and all of the contracts that we've had, over the years. We should be looking at them and making sure that, we're doing our due diligence when it comes to spending the town's money.
Thank you.
Good night. Fred Birch, Plainville Road. Congratulations to actually Supervisor, Counselor, and Counselor Moore, who also won election recently, so congratulations to you guys. My question is about the committee appointments. The way you have them listed here on the paper, is that the way all the committee appointments are going to be? Is there any changes to that, or?
That's the way they're going to be now. I mean, could there be changes? Sure. We can revisit that at any time. But yeah, as of tonight, like I said, today was my first day in office, and
Okay.
so I had to put these committees together, and I've been working on them for a while. But I tried to do the best job that I could with it. But certainly, as we go along, some people may want to stay on them, other people may want to get on them. So I don't think that they're hard and fast. That's the way it has to
Okay,
stay.
well, let me ask you, would you be interested in input from the public, maybe if they were to meet at your office or something like that regarding certain committee appointments and things of that nature?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, just thank you, I appreciate that.
sure. Anybody else? Okay. All right, moving on. We'll go to the town board comments. Start with Mr. Kudaraskis.
No wonder why Roman wanted to switch seats.
To the left.
No, I'm just honored to serve the town of Lysander as the new counselor-elect, so I'm looking forward to good things and come 2020. And thank you for all the highway guys for all the work that you do, especially in the wintertime, waking up early and, you know, when you're should be sleeping to plow the road. So I appreciate all the hard work that you do to make us safe when we're driving to work.
Good.
Mr. Moore?
Yeah, I would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight and those who left as well, and people who are watching on PAC. I would also like to welcome our new board members. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you. And Happy New Year, everyone. Hope 2020 is a great year for everybody.
Mr. Diamond?
I'd like to congratulate Jeff and you as well, Mr. Supervisor. I look forward to working with both of you. During the work session, I mentioned the idea of changing the day of our town board meetings from Thursday to Monday nights. Love public input on that. I don't know if that's something that's going to happen this year, but maybe it's something the following year we will consider. So, other than that, I'll stick to the agenda.
Mr. Jurassi?
It's been a pleasure to serve on this board, and I absolutely heartily welcome the two new board members. Town of Lysander is doing good stuff, and I anticipate continuing in that vein, so looking forward to working with you gentlemen.
Thanks. Okay. From my perspective, you know, today was busy. I had a full day. There was a lot to do, and what I'm going to be doing is going through, you know, as much as I can. There's a lot of things. I know there's a lot of expectations from the public on this new board. And just speaking for myself, I'm going to do everything I can to meet those expectations. And like Mr. Birch said, I mean, if anybody ever wants to come into my office, I'm gonna be as accessible as I can be. And I'm going to have office hours. I plan on having some Saturday office hours. Because I know there's a lot of working people that can't make it in during the week. So, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up putting that up on the website, so you'll know, you'll be able to check, or you could call my administrative assistant, Nancy Mott, and she can tell you if I'm going to be in on the weekend. But certainly if there was some issue that you wanted to talk about and we had to do it on a Saturday, I would make myself available for that. And I just appreciate all the support that I've gotten, and I'm looking forward to the next year as well. Okay. So, can we, let's see, adoption of the minutes for December 19th. Can I get a motion to the adopt of the minutes for?
I'll move that.
I'll second.
Okay. Discussion?
Well, it can only be three of us that vote on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna abstain anyway, Jeff and I, so.
I'll move it. Oh, it's already been moved.
It's already moved.
Seconded? Okay, discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? I'm abstaining.
Yeah, likewise.
Mr. Moore's abstaining. Okay. Department head reports. Mr. Hull.
Well, as you all noticed, we haven't had a lot of snow lately. That's a good thing. I'll take it when we can get it through the holidays. Made it easier for everybody to travel. We did take delivery of a new 2020 International Culture. Next snow we get, it'll be out on the road. So, be watching for it. Hopefully it'll ramp up our ability to get the job done, being fresh and new and right and tight, and hopefully we won't have any problems with it. Other than that, next snow's not for a couple days, I guess, so we'll see what happens. Just take it easy on us when it does, you know, we'll get to you. Jeff, there's a bomb your driveway.
Yeah. I work out of my house, so I'm fine.
You don't have to go anywhere.
Mr. Birkinshaw.
Just to fill you guys in, we had a little incident near day. We found out the park maintenance shed was unlocked for some reason, and somebody got into the shed. I went up there and did an inventory of things. I asked Jim Lee, one of our full-time seasonal employees, to join me. He knows what would be missing, if anything would be missing. We looked at our tools, our hand tools, everything seemed to be in place. So we did a quick inventory, nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary. We went through, we locked everything up. It was the help of our neighbor who noticed the door being open, alerted 911, contacted 911, contacted the highway superintendent, who contacted me. We were up there. The supervisor showed up too, just to check out the situation, but nothing seems to be missing. Everything seems to be in order, so that you guys know. Luck of the draw. We probably chalk it up to our intern borrowing the truck and not making sure the door was unlocked or locked up at the end of the day. So we're just going to chalk it up to a mistake and make sure that things like that don't happen again. But it's very rare that something like that happens at the park, so to get a phone call like that is out of the ordinary. Just to let you guys know too, we are looking at servicing our mowers and getting them serviced for the season, and we're also looking at dates that we can get our second mower into auction so that we can move forward in purchasing our new mower. So those contacts have already been made, and we're looking at dates to get that down to an auction. And I know we were talking about getting that out as soon as possible, and it'd be, our mower's already in stock, so when we're ready to move on it, it's just a simple phone call and tell them that we're coming to pick it up, so it's all ready. But we're pretty much getting ready for the season. We've already contacted staff and letting them know where the new year is going to be beginning. So that's where we're at.
Good. Do you know who that citizen was who found the door?
Yeah, so it's our neighbor. He's John, I believe. He walks his dog every morning. He just happened to be walking by and saw that the back door was open. So he alerted 911. I went up and got him a nice little gas card and said, "Thank you, Parks and Recreation," and they gave the dog some milk bones on behalf of the park.
Great.
So just a little gesture of my appreciation for him keeping an eye out for the parks when we're not around.
No, and we appreciate any citizens helping us out with that, because we need it. I mean, with this new criminal justice reform, if you haven't seen it, you should go online and see it. It is not friendly to citizens, and that's pretty much what I'll say about that. But any help that we can get from the residents of Lysander with any of these things, we really appreciate it. And you know, if you can give me that person's name, I'd like to at least send them a letter.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rivazigno. Mr. Yeager.
So our intern and Amy completed the light inventory last week. We did identify 34 lights that were out of our 592. Those have been forwarded on to National Grid for repair. Other than that, nothing to say.
Okay. Mr. Rowley.
Nothing really, other than obviously we're starting a new year, so that means I have to close 2019. So probably over the next 6-7 weeks, obviously we'll get the books closed up and then get the annual update document prepared and ship that off to the state controller's office.
And you did give me a good pile of work for tomorrow.
I did.
Yeah, that was nice. Okay, Ms. Falcone.
Yes, I'd just like to say I'm looking forward to working with all of you, and congratulations to the new members. Mr. Supervisor, you and I were running around crazy today getting everything together, and look how well it turned out.
Great, yeah.
This is just what's to come in 2020, so
Okay, thanks. All right, now we'll move on to the regular agenda items. Can I get a motion to authorize the highway superintendent the ability to loan equipment and tools to municipalities consistent with the oath of office of the highway superintendent manual, chapter 4, articles 1 through 5?
I'll move that.
I'll second.
Okay, discussion? All right, what this is according to highway law, and Mr. Hull and I were going through some things, this just tightens up our ability to allow other municipalities, so we can share equipment with other municipalities. So we're going to be, Mr. Rivazigno and the board talked about developing intermunicipal agreements with other towns and maybe whoever we want to loan equipment to. And this will just protect them, and it'll protect us, and it conforms to the highway laws. So that's what this is all about. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to declare Highway Truck 6 and Highway Truck 15 as surplus to be sold at auction?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Mr. Holt, can you just give us a little brief
They're,
discussion on that?
they're two of our plow trucks. They've been our spares for a number of years. They're 2002s, 6-wheel dump trucks, plow and wing. The salters, we'll probably sell them just as spare trucks. Most of the time, people buy them in an auction of a plow, they leave the plow behind and don't take it with them. And we could have a need for those 2 plow packages. You're blading land. I mean, we've had incidents where you catch one manhole and fold one under until you can get it fixed. You can put this on one of our other trucks. So,
Well, like you said, one of the trucks wouldn't even pass inspection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think either of them was gonna. They're twins. And the cost just to buy the parts, to make the repairs, to pass the inspection, not including the labor to put them on the truck, was more than the value of the vehicle. So
Okay.
we're gonna let them go. They've been spared. They're 18 years old.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. May I get a motion to retain Anthony Rivzingo Esquire of Barclay Damon LLP on a monthly basis to provide legal services for the town of Lysander until a permanent law firm is selected?
I'll move it.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I get a motion to authorize Supervisor Wicks to attend the 2020 training school for newly elected officials January 8th through 10th, 2020 in Henrietta, New York. The cost of the registration is $200. The cost of the hotel shall not exceed $124 per night. Mileage and meals will be reimbursed accordingly.
I'll move that.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I get a motion to advertise and accept quotes for legal services for the town board of the town of Lysander for the year 2020. The deadline for the quote shall be January 31st, 2020 at 10 a.m. All quotes shall be submitted to the town clerk via regular mail or email.
I'll move that.
I'll second.
Discussion?
The only point I would want to make to ourselves and to the folks out there is that it's not just a dollar quote we're looking for, I presume. It's a request for qualification. So just to be clear, it's not just the bottom line dollar.
No, and like Mr. Girassi said, the law allows us with professional services to take the best value. So the best value isn't always the lowest cost. Best value could be experience. Best value could be ability to understand municipal law. Best value could be the type of services that they are willing to provide with that contract. And I'll tell you right now that we're going to make sure that we get the best value for our dollar. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. New business. Any new business from the board?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't think we need an executive session tonight. So that's out. So I'm going to adjourn the meeting at 7.
Motion.
Or I need a motion. Yeah, right.
You need a motion?
I need a motion. I wanted to get done fast. I need a motion may I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Meeting's closed at 7:32.
That might be one of your shortest meetings, but.